And depending on how this war goes, and it's not going well for them right now, they really bit off more than they can chew. I think it's the beginning of the end. I think Israel it's still going to exist after this war, but it'll never be the same. It will not have the power it had before. The reign of Zionist global power is done.
Tinfoil hat.
Oh, what the guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Eric, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
Revolution will be podcasted. All right, guys, welcome to Tinfoil Hat, live from the Wise Wolf Gold and Silver Studios. If you go to samtripoli.gold, you too can get in on a Precious Metals game for as little as $50 a month. Promo code TINFOIL. Get in it to win it. Very excited to have this guest on. It's been a while. When he used to do the show before, we used to have to call him Ray from Tokyo, China, right? That's what we used to have to call him because he's dangerous, but he's back and he seems to be getting the love he deserves. Please welcome back to the show. Excited to have him here. Ryan Dawson, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, and there's less censorship now than there was back then.
Yeah, I mean, we can actually put your name on it now, which is great.
First time, I think.
Yeah, first time. I think you've been on a couple times. Every time we had to come up with new names. Ryan, for those who are not familiar with your last couple appearances and maybe who you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where our listeners can find you?
Well, I deal with conspiracies, but not the kooky Alex Jones kind, but the real things. And I've done a lot of research into Jeffrey Epstein going all the way back to 2007. And I've made non-kook documentaries about September 11th. And I've been following all these wars in the Middle East and my track record, I'm batting 1,000. So,
well, buddy, we love
find
the
me
here.
Just by using my name, RyanDawson.org.
RyanDawson.org.
Pretty much banned on everything else.
We are pro kooks here, by the way.
Well, it's entertaining, but I don't deal with it.
Ryan, you're one of the best in the biz. Thanks for coming on. Sorry, I cut you off a couple times. My apologies. I will work on that the rest of the show. Ryan, so before we get into everything, because we want to talk some Iran with you, some Epstein with you. So my biggest question with Jeffrey Epstein is, what is the thing that makes them go, this is the guy? Because there's always these moments where P. Diddy, is getting weird with his boss at Death Jam Records, and then he catches an SA case, and then he's fired, but starts Bad Boy Records with funding. Do you know what the earliest memories or the earliest time we learn about Jeffrey Epstein? What is the first time that Jeffrey Epstein comes onto the scene? Because we know he gets hired at that investment bank, and then he becomes a teacher at Bill Barr's dad's house. Do you know what is the thing that kind of where the elites go, okay, this is our guy?
Yeah, Barr did not hire him at the Dalton School. That's what lots of people say. But Barr had actually been released prior to Epstein getting hired, because he gets in there in September of 1974 is when he started the Dalton School under Gardner P. Dunning, who was sleeping with a 14-year-old himself, by the way. But what had happened is in 1973, because of the Yom Kippur War, a lot of the donors that kept that school afloat all donated to Israel directly instead because of the war. And so they ended up firing the headmaster and 6 teachers, which is why Epstein got brought in. He taught math and physics, and he only lasted a few years, 2 years, in fact. and then he'll get moved with Ace Greenberg over to the Bear Stearns in the kind of everything job because it was a front. So his earliest appearance is in '74 at that school. There is an incident just after he left the school, though, in South Carolina. There's an island out there where he got a girl coked up, and she was not sure what other drugs, but she passed out. He did what he did. We know what he always does, way back in the 80s. But he wasn't this wheeling, dealing guy with, private islands, plural, and the backing of Les Wexner until afterwards. He starts with Robert Maxwell. He didn't know Glenn Maxwell yet. A lot of people think she introduced him to him. It was the other way around. And he met with Doug Leese, who did gray markets weapons trades in the UK. But if you're asking, well, when did they know he was the guy? Like how did they know he was a pervert? It's all of them are like that.
Because
and what he was a fixer. He's a money launderer that had compromise, but it's misleading for people to think that he was using sexual blackmail to alter votes in Congress or something like that. He had some governors on his list, but he didn't mess with politicians. He went right after the donor class, because if you get the donor class, you get everything under that, which includes politicians.
So does he get hired at the school because he can legitimately teach? Is that why he was hired, or
he's cheap? They lost a lot of money because they're almost, the schools are private schools backed almost exclusively by major Jewish donors. It's not a Jewish school, but it is de facto, and they were donating straight to Israel because of the 1973 war. And I had a list of all their board members. They bring in Gardner P. Dunning to replace Barr. He hires Jeff Epstein, but it was because he would teach 2 classes. They got 6 new teachers and a new headmaster. So he was doing physics and math. He did know math. He didn't finish college, but that doesn't mean you couldn't teach math. He was good enough to pass as a teacher, but that's not why he was there. That place is for networking. And the board members of that, they're all in this tight web, and they're donors and launder money through these art schools and things up in New York that Leon Black is heavily invested in. Leon Black would become the second highest financer of Epstein in the future after Les Wexner. And so it seems like they wanted somebody who they knew was one of them, which he was. He was totally into kids. Because it's kind of an insurance policy. It's like a gang entry. Shoot this guy, prove you're not a cop type of thing. It's like if you'll do what those guys were into, they know you're one of them. And if you're going to be having somebody fixing major money laundering schemes, sometimes in the billions of dollars, you got to have an insurance policy on that person, which would be the pedophilia.
So is it your belief that he applied, or did they ask him to apply? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Was he brought in, or did he go, okay, this school's a powerful school. It's got a lot of connections to Israel. I'm a Zionist. I would love to be in that world. So he finds out that basically that they were hiring, and he applies.
No, I think he applied to teach at a high school because he's into high school girls.
Ooh,
and he was dating Ace. Yeah, he was dating Ace Greenberg's daughter, so they already knew he was a pedo. She was 17 at most when that started, and Ace Greenberg or Alan Greenberg was recruited him into Bear Stearns. She fell in love with him because he could play piano, whatever. But he went to a high school because he's a pedophile and he wanted to be around high schoolers. And that's just serendipitous of how they're like, hey, this guy's a freak and he has no morals. He's a good con artist. He conned his way into the school because he never finished college, and you're required to at the Dalton school. So they're like, he is ambitious, Jewish, and poor, and he'll do anything for money. And that's what they're looking for. They want somebody expendable, to do a lot of the crimes, because it's not like people at Bear Stearns don't know how to launder money. They know. It's not like they don't know how to buy an escort. They know. They want illegal things. They're like, look, you're going to do it, not us, so that should it come back around, you'll become an untouchable. And that's what the Israelis had Epstein's before. You can go all the way back to Bobby Baker and those scandals, or even some of the Jewish mafia like Mickey Cohen. He used sexual blackmail all the time. If you get someone like Hoover on your list, you become untouchable. And once you have an untouchable guy, you use that person to be the fixer for all the crimes, because you realize they can't touch this person. And Epstein will end up with Clinton. So he becomes, invincible for a time period where, he had the president of the United States. They're not going to investigate him. And he was using Les Wexner's money to bribe off Palm Beach Police Department. And it wasn't very clever, like through a series of LLCs or anything. He just donated a few $100,000 and had cops on the payroll. Very reminiscent of Jacob Rubenstein. Just pay him off. And they did. And like when he was caught in 2005, actually, I mean, he doesn't get arrested for years later, but the cops started investigating him because two 14-year-olds, a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, and a 17-year-old all told on him, told their parents, this guy, he came, he asked me for a massage. You know the story. Mike Riker, who was the chief of police at Palm Beach, was like, we got him dead to rights. All these girls can describe what the inside of his house looks like, but not perfectly aligned, because if it's perfectly aligned, it's fraud. But they knew, they'd been there. He can't explain why he's hanging out with kids that aren't his own or nieces or anything. What are you doing? It was a slam dunk, and yet he ends up weaseling his way out of it. But so they went to the feds, and he weaseled his way out of that too. He just pled guilty to the state charges. He got soliciting prostitution and soliciting prostitution with a minor, which is odd that you can call a minor a prostitute. They lobbied to get that rule changed in Florida, by the way, that you can't categorize minors as prostitutes because they can't consent. But he ends up on work leave 6 days a week. Barry Kersher, the prosecutor, wouldn't really prosecute him, and Alan Dershowitz, his defense attorney. Obviously, I mean, they're both hardcore Zionists, both got awards from the ADL. So Epstein wasn't going to be punished. Like on both sides of the wall, he were Israelis. So, and Maxwell worked as an asset for the Israelis. And according to Ari Ben Menashe, who worked for Israeli intelligence, so did Epstein. And his former partner at Tower Financial, Steve Hoffberg, would say the same thing. Yeah, Epstein worked for the Israeli intelligence, I think. And then now we know him saying it in his own communications with Ehud Barak, former prime minister, that he worked for Israeli intelligence. And we have, it's anonymous because of the DOJ's redacting everything, but a human source saying Epstein is Israeli intelligence, and they have recordings and things to prove it. He worked for Israel. And that was clear already by him getting all this money from Les Wexner. Les Wexner's Heritage Foundation was set up by Haganah, which is the precursor to the IDF. It's a bunch of terrorist groups that helped form the state of Israel. So, it's like the mass media is blaming it on Russia, which is so stupid, when, it's Maxwell, it's Jean-Luc Brunel, which started a modeling agency out of Tel Aviv, Israel, and it's Epstein. And like everyone around him is Jewish, an Israeli, or an American Zionist. And his principal financier is hardcore Zionist. His lawyer is a hardcore Zionist. All of them are. He's not working for Russia. He had a hard time even getting a visa to Russia. He worked for the Israeli state. And his role was supposed to be to spy on science and technology in the U.S. and get the trade secrets for the Israelis. His little side quest perversion he seemed to do on his own. And what's amazing is how many of these nerds took that bait. And it wasn't always underage, sometimes just, I guess, regular prostitutes, for lack of a better word. But they were all just debaucherous, lecherous perverts at the highest level. And he didn't make them do it. And it wasn't, he didn't need to compromise. It's just something these people do. Like they're into kids. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's a lot of this stuff I've been seeing lately about, Jesus says don't walk away from lust, run. And you just get into Solomon and like how he just basically had it all and just threw it all away for some chicks, dude. And it's just, and you just go, P. Diddy's in the guys, but all these guys who get Clintons, JFK.
Because it's not fulfilling. It's never satisfying. So you just want more.
Well, it's just like this primal drive that is so powerful that overrides everything else.
But it never ends. You can't sate it,
Yeah, you just want more of it. Yeah. So this is the whole thing. Did Mar-a-Lago cause the rift between Trump and Epstein? Because, there was this whole debate. Q was saying this, and this isn't a Q discussion, but, and so people were talking about it for a while, and then it was dismissed as not real. And then, Johnny, you played that video on Broken Sim, which was Michael Wolff saying that was what caused the rift between them. My question to you is, because this is the big fight right now on Twitter.
Michael Wolff hates Trump.
Yes. So do you think that is true, what he's saying? That was
Nothing
what
Michael Wolff says is true. Trump is a lecherous pervert that cheated on all his wives. However, not with children.
You don't think
he knew that Epstein was like that.
You don't think Trump was a pedophile?
Well, even if he didn't do it, he knew about it. But what caused the rift had nothing to do with the sexual stuff. It was Gabe Gossman was this guy. He made like old folks homes, and he got in some trouble, and he had to sell his properties, and he had peace adjacent to Mar-a-Lago, and both Les Wexner and Trump wanted to buy it. Trump was using money from a Russian oligarch who was buying up properties because he was getting in the middle of a divorce, and he didn't want to lose all his shit to his wife. And so after the divorce, he'd go and buy it back. Anyway, and then Epstein was using Les Wexner's money, billionaire out of Ohio that owned Victoria's Secret and LL Brands and so on. And they had this bidding war, and Trump pulled it off and got it. And that is what made Epstein and Trump mad at each other was, Trump wanted the property adjacent to Mar-a-Lago, and Epstein was rubbing his nose in it, thinking he didn't have any money, even took him on a tour to look at it all.
I'd heard that.
That's what made it. It was like a real estate problem that made them fall apart, not Epstein's proclivities for kids. Trump was indifferent to that. He didn't care. Trump had weird pageants and, would walk into the changing rooms and stuff. He didn't care. There's a video of Trump saying, what you ought to do is have some naked girls on the ceiling, like spinning. He did that. It didn't bother him. However, when Epstein sent Maxwell and his little recruiters to Mar-a-Lago to recruit like daughters of Trump's employees, that pissed him off. And in 2006, when Trump learned of the investigation, because it was quiet, from 2005 to 6, when he learned that the cops were on to Epstein, he actually was one of the only people to tell on him. And he said, you need to look at Maxwell too. Like, she's worse than him. He told them, both of them. But it's weird that somebody who's at the highest level of power, the president of the United States, didn't want people to know that he told on this pervert. Like, why are you afraid of narking on this guy?
Ooh,
who are you worried about? Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
So
they knew he knew, so they tried to blow his head off.
So, well, I mean, you saw that woman on some British podcast, or she's like super elite. She's like, if you're not in the Epstein list, you are kind of a loser.
Oh, the aristocrat, whatever.
Yeah,
that one chick that was on Piers Morgan.
So like the tell on Epstein is like probably
she dated Prince Andrew.
Yes. So you would probably
Victoria. Well, I am in the Epstein list 11 times, so not a loser.
Congratulations, dude.
In fact, though, it's now only 9 times. They erased 2 of the entries because they are deleting files. That's what's funny. And I wouldn't have noticed that, but someone said, hey, do you know you're in the Epstein files? So I went and looked, and I took a screenshot of it. And it says showing 10 out of 11. So if you went to the second page, you get the other one. And then later I went to go get that again because the screenshot was on my phone and I wanted it on the computer. And I go and I look and it's only 9. So I go, oh, which two did they remove? Because those are the ones they don't want anyone to see, right? So,
what did they say?
what was creepy is these were emails that I was receiving from Epstein victims. And I'm like, why are you reading my Gmail? How are you reading my Gmail? Why are you reading it? And why are you publishing it? Now, they didn't publish my email address, but they published my name and all the content. I'm like, what is this? And of course, I'm not involved with Epstein in a bad way. They were like talking shit about me, and I'm, investigating Epstein, but I'm still in the files. But it's weird that two disappeared. And so I had to go find those from the old screenshot I had. And you can see like the first sentence, it says, ETFA, whatever. And so from the first sentence, I could grab that and then go through my mail and find out what is it they were trying to hide and delete. So I did that. Yeah. But yeah, so if they erased that couple from mine, how many entries of other people did they erase?
So
I think a lot.
I mean, we've gotten 2% of everything. I think the next 98% is like the extremely dark stuff. People are shocked, and I'm sure there's stuff in the emails that isn't real. That
you think it's just emails, or like more like files?
I think it's.
Well, I think they said it's 2% by file size. If I'm not
that's
mistaken.
videos.
Well, you gotta be careful with what they call the Epstein Files. The Epstein Files, the ones that got released, a couple months ago, is mostly electronic communications. So it is a bunch of emails. However, they don't have the same weight. Like if you have an email between Epstein and one of his clients, so it's an internal communication and they're joking about what they did or whatever, that's pretty solid. It'd be stupid to lie. But if there's a mail, like a tip to the FBI from whoever,
yes,
that doesn't mean anything. They can make up whatever. It doesn't, and the FBI could check it out. And when you look at it, it says, it's rated like normal. It just means like normal bullshit the FBI gets all the time. It's in the file, but if they're talking about like eating baby intestines on a boat and stuff, like, okay, that's Q, and it's crap. Like,
so
okay,
you think the
where was
Bush
the boat?
stuff?
What's the name of the boat? Where did you go? What was the port of entry? What was the final destination? How did you get away? What year was it? What day? They have no details. Just, I saw Clinton and Bush doing this crazy thing. And it just sounds like Alex Jones. That doesn't have any weight. But when you see things like Katie Johnson, it doesn't say her name, but it's so detailed it matches her story. You know who they're talking about. 13-year-old that bit Trump's penis and got punched in the face, and then he threw money at her and said, get an abortion, whatever. That same story is being relayed by a friend. Now, that came out in 2016, which is suspect because, okay, it's the middle of an election. And just now you remembered that this thing happened in the 90s and you're going to bring it up. Huh? But the friend had already brought it up. And you would at least have had to have known that Epstein and Trump were friends. And this is before Epstein was more infamous. He doesn't really get very well known until 2019 when he got arrested the second time. And people are like, oh, he was in jail in 2008. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't know that. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. Like, it wasn't a big famous story at all. So that these girls knew that they hung around each other and where that the style of party that would be, and name some of the other guests who were frequent friends of Epstein, does show that they may have at least been at a party and saw them. Now, whether the rest of the story is true or not, or the blowjob and the money, and you don't know, because it's such a strong political incentive to lie. But if you get enough of these stories in a row, are they all lying? That's what starts to add weight to it.
So it's possible that he was one of them in terms of the pedophile stuff.
It is, but it's as far as the pedophile stuff, I don't think he was a pedophile because they would have owned him and they wouldn't have been worried about him beating Hillary. They wouldn't have needed to try to throw him in jail, impeach him, and so on. That they weren't stressed. Now they got him now. It's clear they got something on him now, or something on one of his kids or something, because he is just doing whatever Netanyahu says. But his first presidency, like when he pulled out funding from the CIA in Syria, that's not something these people wanted. So he had a little bit of freedom. And so if they had that old Epstein dart on him, it wouldn't have worked. I think Trump's the one that had him arrested and the one that had him killed in jail.
Shit.
There's someone.
Everybody, Maxwell got arrested while Trump was president. Jean-Luc Brunel got arrested while he was president. Epstein got arrested. As soon as Biden became president, no more arrests were made.
This guy Wolf in finance thinks Trump could have, and through the military, were a part of the Charlie Kirk assassination. And he lays down some crazy shit, dude. Like the handgun in the guy's back pocket. Anyways, different story. So my question to you... I
think it was a faggot on the roof. you could have some Antifa tranny weirdo outsourced by another organization as an expendable. But so much retarded stuff came out about Charlie Kirk right afterward that I just washed my hands of it. I'm like, I'm not fighting to see you stupid again. I just don't have enough energy. Goddamn, you got a guy on the roof with a rifle on film leaving. It's him. Whether he had accomplices, that's the bigger question. But to deny it's Tyler Robinson and act like it's French assassins and maroon shirts or Egyptian planes, like, oh yeah, we're going to physically follow someone around on a plane. We're not just going to track their phone. We're going to follow them around. Everything out of Candace Owens' mouth is fucking stupid.
I want to get into the assassination because that's a whole different thing, and we've done a bunch of shows on it.
I'm going to say that. It's fucking stupid. Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk.
Wait up.
It's horrible. Like, I didn't like or agree with Charlie Kirk on anything, but, well, I can't say anything. I strongly disagreed with him on foreign policy, but he was doing the right thing. He was going and talking and debating like that's what you should do. None of the rest of them do that.
Do you believe in MK Ultra sex kittens?
MK Ultra was a real program. Operation Midnight Climax was a real program. That's about as close to that as you can get. So, I mean, Ted Kaczynski was part of that. Oh, and the Unabomber, by the way, blew the fingers and hands off 2 Epstein clients. What a coincidence.
I've been saying this forever. We should dig the Unabomber up and give him a weekend at Bernie's where he just gets to go around and celebrate. Guys, how many times have we told you across multiple podcasts, get into the precious metals game? And if you listen to us, big bucks, okay? Every time they print money, the money in your bank account is worth less and less, okay? Stabilize your cash, precious metals. Let me tell you about our good friends at Wolfpack Gold. That's right, Wise Wolf Gold and Silver. Let me tell you about them. If you're paying attention, you know that de-dollarization is real. Fiat is fake, and you don't want to be left holding the bag when the dollar collapses. Gold and silver has been money through all of recorded history and are an excellent way to protect yourself from inflation and geopolitical turmoil. That's why I trust my friends at Wise Wolf Gold and Silver for all things precious metal. Veteran-owned and an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. No transaction is too big or too small, and you can even roll over your 401k or IRA into physical gold and silver. And if you think you can't afford precious metals, think again. With the Wolfpack monthly membership program, you can get gold and silver delivered directly to your door for as little as $50 a month. Wise Wolf Gold and Silver also deals in and accepts Bitcoin. So go to samtripoli.gold, promo code tinfoil at checkout to receive free constitutional silver. And remember, in the world of bulls and bears, be the wolf. So my opinion is this, Ryan, I'd love to hear your take on it, is that what Hollywood and the media tried to convince you everyday white people were really what Zionists were. That they're very elitist, have a lot of racism, are very tribal, take care of each other, control everything. What is your thoughts on all
nepotism, that? Yeah.
Yes.
It was like the kind of trope of like straight white males, like is to just blame them for everything. they're always guilty of their own accusations. And I'm not talking about Jewish people. I'm talking about these Jewish people. Okay, it's very different.
I agree with that statement.
Right. And I've always said that these people, it's just like white people and white supremacists, right? These people are Jewish supremacists, and they refer to non-Jews as goyim and like cattle, and they don't even have a problem raping them as long as it's, the goy. It doesn't matter. They think they're genetically superior. And there's discussions about that stuff, like what percent. They're sick, but they have an interpretation of that religion where they're the chosen ones, and they have a superiority complex. And a lot of billionaires and even multimillionaires start thinking of themselves as like, oh, I must be better than everyone. Like, I'm just like genetically better. And that's just not the case. A lot of criminals, an OnlyFans model can be a millionaire just from having nipples and a butthole. She's not like smarter or superior. It's just the situation and the demand. That's all.
Especially when you have so many genetic disorders, it's hard to say you're the most superior. Right? It's crazy to me. But again, I've been saying the same thing.
Well, think of like autism on the Asperger's level. Is that a disorder or an advancement? It's sometimes they're the most honest people.
And dude, like if you can get my daughter's autistic, our whole goal now is to get her to talk and then just watch her just annihilate, because they're super smart. So my whole thing is that again, and I just want to follow up with, I think once you go up any power pyramid, okay, you get more and more crazy. The people on the base, they're just normal people trying to live their life. They may say, well, you can be proud of who you are. You can be proud of your heritage. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start to move your way up the power pyramid, it becomes more than that. And you start getting into super greedy, super psychopath. And that's like every group. Every group. Now there's different places of power, but every group is like that. I just want to say it. Now, Trump is now, going back to what you're saying, like, this is the thing about Trump. He's like this enigma, this puzzle that's so hard to figure out, because right now everybody is really mad about the Iranian war. I understand that, and I agree with that. But there's things like pulling out of the Paris Peace Accord. There's things about pulling out of the UN. Now, you could go, well, because they're really anti-Israel right now, but they're a big part of the globalist movement, pulling out of the World Health Organization. It's basically collapsing that thing. You see videos of Bill Gates almost crying, whether that's real or not. You do see these things that I go, I agree with that. That's a great thing to do. We should be doing that.
He's got STDs from Russian hookers.
Yeah, Bill, and that to me is a sell. Like, dude, he's just banging Russian hookers. It could be worse, but they want you to buy into that
like
story.
He's actually
trying to slip his wife antibiotics.
No. You're trying to say he actually was dealing kids, but they're just trying prostitutes and Russian.
Yeah,
so you just
put him with that. Come on, they're Russians. They're all hookers, right? So
it's an extramarital affair, and it just shows his lack of judgment, because if you're the richest man in the world, which at the time for a while he was, and he had like $30 billion, which was a lot back then.
It's still a lot now.
And you're willing to risk half for some punani. Like, you're not good at making decisions. Like, why would you have a friend? Like, just go buy an escort yourself in secret. Get this intermediary stuff. Like, you're dumb, Bill.
Lust,
he's got no impulse control.
Lust. It's just it will destroy you, dude. So many guys, the whole thing, lust, dude. It just destroys them, and I understand that.
Not worth it to cheat on your wife.
It's a battle, dude.
Even if you don't like your wife, it's not worth losing half your shit.
You got to make an agreement like the Clintons. They don't like each other. They're married.
She was with girls too.
Yeah. Ume Albadine, dude. They were scissor sisters. So Ryan, let's get into the Iran war. What's going on with that? I'm just really amazed at the amount of neocons just parroting neocon talking points. Clay Travis. You know, this guy, there's not a neocon talking point this guy doesn't love.
Guys,
you know?
a lot of guys who said they weren't neocons, you know, are coming out in favor of this. I mean, you had Hicks, who was, you had a whole thing about, I'm a recovering neocon, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that thing where he was on Sean Ryan.
Yes,
he's like, it was devastating effects. We can't do that again. And then he's telling the troops that this is about bringing back Jesus.
Yeah.
Like Jesus, like, are they warring? Send me in, coach. I mean, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. It's just very weird, dude. It's not weird.
What's funny is if that mythology were true, I don't think any of these people would want Jesus to come back.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
I'm
You're going
already
to
thinking
the
that.
other place, you know?
Yep, for sure. So where do you want to begin on Iran? Because
well, with Iran, like, okay, all the reasons they've given, like, oh, we're going to liberate the protesters, like they gave a damn. They just watched Gaza get totally annihilated. They didn't care. Women's lib, whatever. We got to stop a nuclear program that didn't exist that Trump said he obliterated already. They even went back and said Iran tried to assassinate Trump. Bullshit. Kim Cheadle tried to assassinate Trump, but it wasn't like the Iraq War where we had like a good year and a half of propaganda about WMDs. They just sort of went in like, oh, how about this? How about this? Like, see what sticks, throw things against the wall and see if any of them stick. None of them dead. His diehard, like, in-timer, Christian zealot, fundamentalist, dispensationalist types, they just want to kill Muslims. It doesn't matter. You don't need an excuse. Like the propaganda is not designed to fool thinking people. Propaganda is designed to give fools a reason not to think at all. And so they, you know, the non-thinking crowd, they're all like, yeah, kill the Muslims. It's Iran. They got a bomb, whatever. This has been Israel's plan the whole time. You can go back to Wesley Clark reading the script of the 7 countries they wanted to invade and all that. And in that script is based on Netanyahu's book. On Terry's like, you gotta kill the states, and then there's no home. He's like, I guarantee you there wouldn't be terrorism without state sponsorship. I'm like, yeah, correct. And Israel's the state that sponsors terrorism. Look at ISIS. Yeah. So it was like, no matter what Iran did, whether they took the deal, whatever they said in negotiation, they're just going to keep raising the bar to some impossible level because the plan was to attack them the whole time. And they used negotiations as cover to put things in position. They had to move the carriers out there. They had to move the refuelers out there. When the Ford was ready and joined the USS Lincoln, they're ready to pull the trigger. And in the middle of negotiations, when Iran said, okay, you can have our 60% enriched uranium, take it all. Israel's like, no, we don't want a deal. And they started a war. And buddy, they bit off more than they could chew this time because they got clapped, especially Bahrain and Kuwait. And the Shia militia have been able to finish off Erbil in Iraq. They just blew up one of the biggest warehouses there that they were planning to give to Kurds for a land invasion. That got miffed. And then, of course, Qatar and the UAE and Saudi Arabia have all gotten a little comeuppance for being Israel's little pet Gulf Arabs, the same people that sponsored ISIS. The UAE is the same state sponsoring the gold theft and the civil war in Sudan with Hamedi's forces, the RSF. They're disgusting. There's a bunch of hedonists, and a lot of these sultans and princes are on the Epstein list. So, of course, they joined the Abrams Accords. Everything's changed. Iran has smacked the bases, and it was very telling today because some debris in Qatar was found, and it showed it was a PAC-2, and it was PAC-2A, actually, which is one of the earliest forms of the Patriot missile. Going back, the oldest go to 91. This was around the year 2000, and it only has a success rate of about 19%, which means they're out of PAC-3s. Because like all of us analysts said, you are going to run out of interceptors and you can't produce enough to replace them. They can make maybe 5 to 6. If you add Japan, you could get up to 600 a year, 500 by the US. They blow through that in a matter of days. They're going to run out, and Iran's going to have its way with its drones and ballistic missiles to hit whatever they want.
Will they do that, in your opinion? Do you think they will hit whatever they want?
Yeah. They kind of already have taken out the bases in Bahrain and Kuwait. The airfield and the Fifth Fleet docks in Bahrain are gone. The airfield in Kuwait is gone. The CIA hub in Dubai got hit, the hotel. Don't tell me those rooms were empty. They did not hit an empty hotel. Like they had intel and they got them. The U.S. is lying about its numbers. They said friendly fire took down 3 F-15s in Kuwait. 3 times, really? Like, doubt it. I don't think so. But they launder their casualties. And so they're saying like 6 or 9 Americans dead, something like that. Like, oh, it's a bit more than that. It's a bit more than that. And it's only some like 30 Israelis prior to them going in on the ground into Lebanon. That number has spiked. You look at the damage and you say, okay, it's way more than a few dozen dead. But it is a pretty low casualty war. It's, for a war, even if it was 100 dead, that's not a lot. Not really. Look at Russia and Ukraine. I mean, you look at 100,000 dead. Yeah. So, but what it is in this modern theater of war where it's super high tech and you've got multi-million-dollar weapons, like these Patriot missiles are machines. They're not just like a missile. They've got very complex computation, and it takes 24 months just to get the components to build one. So you got to plan that 2 years out. And it takes very complex machine tooling, like just the guided system it's got a crossband radar, and you have to pick neon gas for the lasers that the semiconductors use for their lithography. And it's like super expensive, and rare earth metal, everything goes into these. So to think like, oh, just make some more of those. You can't. You physically don't have the components. You don't have the machine tooling. You don't have the supply chains in place. Because this is a combination of like Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, the US. They don't have it. And so you can't just make machines go burr. But this is the class of people that are used to just printing money. Oh, we need to just print some. You can't print like physical Patriot missiles and cruise missiles. You can't just build some more. It's not a problem with labor. It's not a problem with assembly. It's not like, if we work longer hours, we can make some more. It's like, no, you don't have the stuff to make these. And Iran can always outpace them. Drones are cheap. Ballistic missiles, not cheap, but way cheaper than defensive missiles. And so even if the U.S. could get up to 2,000 Patriots a year, and they got built totally new factory, if all that, which they can't do, Iran would have to sit still and do nothing that whole time. They're not going to catch up. And they're realizing this. Like, yes, you have a superior Navy. Yes, you have a superior Air Force. But you have a limited number of bombs. And you're talking about a country about the size of Western Europe. Iran's pretty big. 90 million people. And it's all mountainous. You can't bomb. Well, you have hundreds of planes. There are millions of buildings. And there's a lot of it's under mountains and underground. So you'll see the ridiculous targets. They're hitting this thermal paint, which is funny. It's like a painted helicopter or jet, and they're wasting bombs on that. They hit like fire stations, police stations, and this just means their target banks are empty. They're doing their sorties, looking for ballistic missiles. That's what they want to destroy, and they can't find them. They're playing whack-a-mole. These things are mobile. They pop in and out from underground. The U.S. and Israel are unable to destroy these ballistic missiles, and Iran is able to fire them off. Along with drones, there's been far more drones than missiles, and do devastating damage to these Gulf states, and they've hit Tel Aviv and Haifa as well. And so, what's going to happen when Iron Dome and THAAD, Aegis, Patriots, they're running out of interceptors, and then Iran pulls out the solid fuel hypersonics and just says, they work them over like Lindsey Graham at a truck stop.
Who's making the decisions in Iran right now?
This is interesting too. So they don't have a pyramid structure like, the most militaries. In 2005, when Dick Cheney threatened to invade Iran, They took it seriously, and they made 14 autonomous zones that can work completely independent of the others. So it's not like a leader. There's 14 different zones that can operate fully on their own and cooperate with the others, like a confederation. So there isn't like a general you can kill and then it's over or anything like that. And they know the plan. You know, you hit them with ballistic missiles and drones. That's it's not that complicated.
So
the armies aren't involved. You're not going to do a land invasion of Iran unless you want to lose like 20, 30,000 people immediately. Yeah. U.S. public is not going to stomach that level of casualties. Israel would never. So, and you really can't do any what they call big arrow moves in the age of satellites. They'll see it coming. If you were building it up and making an armored division, they would know. So that's not going to work. And the other devastating thing they've done is they've closed the Strait of Hormuz, which is about 26% of global oil. I call it the Maritime Silk Road. Over. Qatar has had to stop LNG production. So has Iraq. They don't have storage for it. They're full. And so they can't produce it. They can't ship it. And they are losing. They probably lost $1 billion already. UAE has lost more because they're losing all that and all the tourism and all, Whore Island. That's what they are. It's going to reshape this. The U.S. footprint in the Middle East might get removed depending on the outcome. Like right now, at this pace, Iran will win this conflict. But you never know. I mean, they just sent a series of P2s.
So what's worst case scenario for Israel? Like if once the dome's gone and you can't really produce anything to stop the attacks, what's the worst case scenario?
Well, Israel's not going to negotiate with Iran. They're psychopaths, and you can't believe anything they say. What Iran will ask from the U.S. is you get out of the Middle East, no more bases adjacent to us, and you're giving sanction relief. But they could demand to Israel, get rid of your settlements, which I would love. But what I would love more is get rid of your settlements. Israel says no. So Iran says, then we're going to burn them. That would be the best. That's not likely.
Why would Israel and the U.S. go into this knowing they have a limited amount of ammo and weapons and stuff like that? Why would they do that? Why? It seems like October 7th kicked this all off. This is part of this Greater Israel project that everyone is now talking about. Why would they move forward with this? Because it's just
why would you attack in a country with 90 million people with just the Air Force? You can't get a country to submit without invading like Iraq style. You'd have to bring in the army to do that. I think that they thought, because this is their own words, we'll do a decapitation strike, and once we kill the Ayatollah, then Iran will collapse, and the protesters and they'll all want to be liberated, and we'll just put a guy in there, a puppet, and do regime change. But they didn't have a plan B. If let's say we kill the Ayatollah and Iran doesn't collapse and doesn't negotiate, and they just keep firing missiles at us, then what?
Is there an appetite for
these
resolution?
These are the kind of people that think God will give them a victory, and you're dealing with Huckabee, who doesn't believe in dinosaurs, Pete Hegseth, who, when he's not drunk, you can't even tell because he's equally stupid either time. These are not adults. Donald Trump, he's like, oh, we have infinite ammo. No, you don't. Nobody does. These aren't. Who in the Trump administration is even a midwit? I can think of two intelligent people, and that's RFK and Tulsi.
That's such a good question.
The rest of them are retarded.
Yeah. You're so right, dude.
Like retarded. Pete Hegseth is
an idiot.
Couldn't teach high school. Probably couldn't pass high school.
Hey guys, you wanna bring thunder to your lady? You wanna drop the hammer of the gods? Okay, you wanna wreck that shit, dude, like a grown ass man? There's one thing and one thing only, and that is our good friends at Blue Chew and their new super monster pill. That's right, Blue Chew Gold. Let me tell you about Blue Chew Gold. Listen, you already know what time it is. It's time to level up, and Blue Chew just dropped something crazy. I'm talking next level championship belt, gold-plated energy. Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation, okay? The newest one. I mean, we've made huge advancements, okay? Every day, the scientists are in there going, how can this boner get harder, faster, okay? Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation for the #1 chewable ED brand. This ain't your grandpa's little blue pill, okay? This is a 4-in-1 beast that's setting the gold standard for performance.
We're talking 2 ingredients for blood flow to keep that rocket pumping, mixed with apomorphine and oxytocin to turn up the arousal and connection in your body and brain.
Blue Chew Gold dissolves under your tongue and works in as little as 15 minutes. That means you can get it on quicker, stay in the game longer. Elevation without hesitation. This is peak passion and performance in a single tablet, okay? Next time she sends you a "you up" text, answer with a picture of Blue Chew, okay? Right? Forget Netflix and chill. Try this. This is Netflix and fill. Boom. Come on, dude.
What does that mean? You're filling your prescription, or you're filling
That means you're
her?
filling that snatch with fucking man meat. That's what that means, Johnny. Stop asking questions. Just take the Blue Chew, okay? Make life easier by getting harder, and discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with the code TINFOIL. That's promo code TINFOIL. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Hey guys, real quick, I'll tell you about my dates this weekend, Friday night, tonight. Tinfoil Hat in Bakersfield, Yuma, Hollywood, California, Batavia. Also, Toronto's coming up, Dallas, Fort Worth, Huntington Beach. Now, real quick, before Albuquerque, May 22nd, I'm shooting my next special, shooting it with digital, Gas Digital, at Creek in the Cave in Austin. I'm going to get that up on the events calendar. That is a one-time shoot. So come out, hang out. I'm very excited about it. So that'll be up on the website soon. Then we got the sold out 1000th episode, Lawrence, Kansas. Got to get those dates up. And yeah, and then World War Debate. Hopefully will happen in April. We'll get you the date. But the big one is World War Debate Contender Series. That's right. Do you think you could be a great debater? Have you thought you could debate all the greats? Well, now it's time to get in. We only have a few spots left, if we have any at all. Let's go back to the episode. Once your military-industrial complex takes over, winning a war isn't the goal. Prolonging a war is a goal. And
That's
so,
right.
so
Some more
we've
stuff.
never. When was the last time we won something? We haven't won
Yeah, you're
since
right.
Vietnam.
Yeah. It's too, you asked that question in a way that I don't think is quite precise enough. You said, why would Israel and the U.S. do this? I think Israel is factoring. I think they probably had a decent idea that it was going to pull us into this. They told Trump, like, hey, dude, this is going to be simple. And then they know that it's going to require a decade or more of commitment, just like Iran, if we ever really, Iraq, if we ever wanted to finish that. So I think Israel's motives were, obviously more sinister, and they just wanted to pull us into this and get us more invested over there on their
Israel's also looking at it like, regardless of what happens, like if America can hold Iran at bay long enough, we'll invade Lebanon and annex some more territory.
And Turkey, they're talking about Turkey now.
No, dude, they're talking about Cuba. Like they're
But
literally.
Turkey, Cuba is a whole
Greenland.
different thing. Turkey is a real country.
I know, but that's the point. That's the point. Like, what's Cuba's role in all this outside of the 9 countries that didn't have a centralized bank in the year 2000? I mean, like that alone. When you're Lindsey Graham, like Cuba's gonna be next. You got to be like, oh, so this isn't even
And
about anything.
It's false. They all have central banks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cuba too. They all have central banks. It's just they're not under the auspice of the BIS and IMF. That's the problem. But there's no reason to be talking trash about Cuba. Even the dumbest is Greenland. That is the dumbest one. I thought that was like a meme. Like not even Trump is that.
Yes.
bombastic, but no, there is no bottom. I thought George Bush Jr. was a clown. I didn't think he would ever get to that level of clown, but we're so far past that. We need like part 2 to Idiocracy, because we've already surpassed that level of stupid.
What does the U.S.-Israel relationship look like if this is a total cluster like you're predicting?
Well, it's a cluster so far. Now, Iran's victory is not guaranteed. They are taking it on the chin every day. But if they can just survive like another 5 or 6 days, U.S. is not going to have enough ammo, and they're going to leave Israel with their dick in the wind.
That soon? Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm talking like they got like a week. Well, it depends on how they spread out the bombs. So if they, like today, there was 4 hours without any bombing in Iran because they're low on munitions. So they can't do this round the clock bombing. So if they just like bomb, less and a less amount of time, it might stretch out 2 or 3 weeks, but that's with a lot of space of nothing, right? So, but they've got about 5 days if they're at the pace they've been at until they're out. They're going to run out of defensive missiles first, and they're running out of offense. And they've got all these torpedoes and stuff. Who cares? That's not going to hit a ballistic missile on the land, so it doesn't matter. They're going to run out. And yeah, Israel's got its army in Lebanon. They're not doing too well against Hezbollah right now.
They've never done well. They're always like, we'll just go and take them out. I'm like, every time you've gone in, they've kicked your dicks in.
Yeah. Well, their real goal is like, we're going to fight Hezbollah as a pretext to kill civilians in Beirut. And the way they're thinking of winning that war is if we just start bombing civilians in, Lebanon only has like 2 real cities, they'll leave and the economy will collapse. And then that's how they can break them that way. But, Iran can do that back. Like if you kill enough civilians in Beirut, maybe we'll just hit West Jerusalem, or maybe we'll just hit Tel Aviv or Haifa. We'll just hit some apartments. Oops, they can play that game. That's why one pipeline has been hit in Iran, and then immediately the Shia militia in Iraq hit an oil field in Saudi Arabia. And they've hit some rigs, but like it's kind of a mutual thing. Like, don't touch our energy or we touch your energy. But man, do you want to know how dark it would get if they full on went after each other's oil? Oh, you're talking well above $100 a barrel. Like we're talking global catastrophe if that happens.
Don't they share
closing the straits bad enough? But the speculators know the war will end, it will reopen, and that oil will flow. But if you blow it up, that's different.
Don't they share an oil field with Qatar too? Iran?
Well, there's a gas field that goes under both. So yeah.
Now, is it Trump and the Israelis have set up Iran striking into these other countries that surround them as like a huge mistake, and now they all have an appetite to participate in the war. Is that true? Is that genuine? Was that
they're not hitting? They're just hitting the U.S. bases in those countries.
Well, there's been like some what would you say, incidental.
There was so in Qatar there was a tube when an interceptor shot down a missile, and then the debris just fell on a civilian area. But it's not like they aimed at it.
So they're just making that up.
And they hit a hotel in Dubai because it was a CIA hub, and even the Washington Post, which is very, very pro-Israel, admitted that was a CIA hub. And my friend asked me, like, why did they do that? Why would WAPO admit that was intelligence when it would have made Iran look bad to just hit civilians in a hotel? But I think the reason is pressure from Dubai, pressure from the UAE itself saying, no, you need to admit this was a CIA hub, and that's why it got targeted, because we need to be able to tell our people that they're only hitting U.S. bases and CIA hubs. Otherwise, they're going to start thinking, they're just bombing hotels now, and everyone's going to divest and everyone's going to run and they're going to lose billions of dollars. So
interesting.
They don't want that. They need to, they might even lie, be like, that was CIA or Mossad. Well, they're not just hitting hotels. Don't worry. Stay here. There could be a mass exodus. There would have been anyway. They just can't get out. But people are all trying to get out of there. There's a lot of foreign nationals in Dubai all the time because there's a section of that city that's just like totally, it's like OnlyFans Island, and full of whores and
you ever see those memes where they're like mass exodus from Dubai and it's just big titted women getting on planes.
Yeah, it's so funny. Wait, is there an appetite for revolution in Iran? Is that just fully overblown by the West? Or?
There's that was AstroTurf as hell. That was MEK and like crisis actor level stupid. They rally. If you look at the funeral for the Ayatollah, they're crazy. Clearly on his side. There was some diaspora and Kurdish forces that they sent into Iran. As soon as they cut Starlink, so they couldn't get their payments or internet, they quit. And that was over within 3 days. That was completely like a failed color revolution is what that was. That was supposed to come simultaneously with the attacks. They botched it. Israel was pretty pissed about it.
Oh, really?
Because they burned a lot of assets.
Oh, that's so interesting. You see, saying like that. Remember the protests where all those people were supposedly killed? He's saying that was meant to occur simultaneous to these strikes. Why? What was the reason for the delay?
And it wasn't like 20,000. It was like 1,000. And that's because they're running around setting subways and mosques on fire. So that is an arson, and you can shoot them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense that Muslims will be burning down mosques.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense at all?
No.
Like, that's their religion.
Nope.
Why would they piss off God?
Unless they were paid to. Yeah.
Unless they were paid to. But that doesn't even... Yeah, but even if they're paid to, that means they're not true Iranians,
that's
right?
Yeah.
Iranians or whatever. But
the Sunni would attack the Shia. But that's like, okay, well then... But that's the whole thing. You're foreign nationals who are paid to go into Iran and go apeshit. And they thought that those protests would escalate each day. Friday was the worst, like January 8th or 9th, whatever the Friday was the worst. By Sunday, it was over. They only had them in the capital. All the other cities that had been squashed right away because it was a little help from the Chinese. Iran cut Starlink and they couldn't communicate, and they can't communicate with their handlers in Iraq. And it was odd because I remember I have a lot of people on the ground in Iran. It was 3:30 in the morning, simultaneously in multiple cities. They all decided to riot. That's organized. Okay, that's AstroTurf. It means it's not grassroots; it's fake grass.
I totally agree, dude. Yeah. I totally agree. I just tell people,
knew it.
Try to throw a live show somewhere and see how hard it is to get people to show up.
So funny.
It's just the truth. Like, so I had an argument. Let me clarify that. A discussion with somebody who believes that the Minneapolis protests were natural. They were organic. And I'm not saying that everybody there is in on it, but it's like this thing happens right after a giant tax fraud comes out, and major players in this protest are on a single
not a
chat.
border state, right? Not Florida or Texas or California. They're going to go up in Minnesota for immigrants, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
that makes sense because when there is immigration riots, it's usually LA. It's usually like Miami, places, but Minneapolis.
Where there's a lot of immigrants. There's fraud down there too. I mean, there's
fraud everywhere.
There's fraud. There's so much fraud, and they're both. You're never going to be able to deal with illegal immigration because so many people either benefit from the exploitation. I don't think Disney could clean any of its hotels without immigrants. Right? You go there, everyone speaks Spanish and only Spanish. And I don't think many of them are legal. It's just, and they're saying, "Oh, we're not going to get rid of the ones that are working." Like the problem isn't. I mean, illegal is illegal. I agree, but that's not that big of a problem. It's the fraud. It's the things set up supposedly to help illegal immigrants, and like fake child care, fake elder care, all these daycare centers and stuff for kids. Like, it's not. There's no real program. All this money is dumped in and it just disappears. And, the governor should be investigated over that in Minnesota. But really, you could look at it's in Pennsylvania. It's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
It's welfare fraud 100. At the highest level.
And that's the craziest thing.
it's in the UK too. You're like, why is there open borders? Why are they bringing all these people in? Who benefits? They're like, well, go look at the welfare fraud. Why do you think in the UK they're staying in free hotels? Well, it's not really free. Somebody's subsidizing that. Yeah. Like they're benefiting from this. And so it's like, they'll run their mouth because, occasionally the immigrant will stab somebody or do some kind of crime. Like, hey, they shouldn't have been in here. Yeah, I know. But they are. And they're not serious about getting rid of them. And Trump already folded on that. It was like a big theater. But those protests, like professional protests, same with George Floyd, like that wasn't grassroots. George Soros and company, they really do have rent-a-terrorists, Ajax style. There are people there, they're like professional protesters. You see them at multiple ones. What do? Just drive around on a bus and yell at buildings? Like, yeah, that's what they do.
That's what they do.
Charlottesville was the same thing. They bust the men from like Ohio and all over the place. Nobody there is from Virginia even.
Now, yeah, and the people who are protesting ICE are the people that demand more taxes.
Yeah.
Totally. And it's like, don't you understand? They're taking all your money and doing tax fraud with it to line their pockets and fund their campaigns. I mean, like the Democrats here. I mean, we actually might get a Republican governor here that we haven't had for years because, dude, they found out all the money, like $200 and something million that was meant for solar panels and stuff. And it was just all taken and given to the Democrats for their elections.
Republicans.
Do you remember the light rail?
Yeah.
That they made, I don't know, 200 meters of. It's not even rail. It was just like the concrete part.
It's so crazy where it goes.
It's just sitting there like nothing got done.
Yeah, now they're talking
about... They make these public works and projects and welfare and all this. It's always got some kind of do-gooder veneer. And it's always bullshit for the environment or the children or something. But if you really look at the money, and that's what that Sam Bankman-Fried with his crypto scam, they were taking foreign aid to Ukraine, which was being spent on crypto and then dumped back into the DNC coffers. So they're just taking foreign aid and giving it to themselves.
That's exactly what was happening. They were taking all the money meant for the Ukraine war, and then they're taking it and they're buying FTX coins, and then he would turn around and give that money. There was a couple Republicans in there, like one or two, but it was all Democratic, dude.
Speaking of Ukraine, do you think is it true that the Russians are deploying Africans at the front lines now, or is that propaganda from Ukraine? Have you heard much about that?
I haven't seen any Africans there. Okay. There's some North Koreans here and there. It's mainly all Russians.
I've seen on Instagram. I've seen a lot of news stories, so-called news stories about the black guys, that
African mercenaries. Yeah, there's Wagner groups that were in Africa, but they're Russians that went to Africa and then went back to Europe.
Ukraine has been so. I mean, they really have a sophisticated propaganda machine, like that's using digital, like modern, like social media and stuff. They're really good at it.
They started sloppy. If you remember the beginning of the war, they were showing video game footage and stuff.
Yes,
unbelievable.
Now they use AI. There's so much AI slop.
So much
on all these wars. Like, oh, look at this. Iran did tag a $1 billion radar in Qatar, but the photos this is a very clever thing. They put fake photos out of a real event and then debunk the fake photos so that people wouldn't think it really happened.
Of course they knew.
Damn, that's smart.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very weird thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I've laughed at some weird moments here, and I'm uncomfortable with it, but I see the humor in it. But it's like, I don't want American lives lost at all in any way. But I also know that, once again, we're invading a sovereign country. I do not want Americans' life lost. That is number one. We are invading yet another sovereign country. A bunch of fat f***s on Twitter are all calling for wars that they and their children will never fight.
That's right.
You didn't see that?
Well, I can tell you this. When I saw, and I've seen a lot of stuff, but when I saw the attacks in Israel, and the people screaming and the buildings on fire, it actually made me cry, because that's what happens when you laugh too long. I don't care at all. These people, prisoners, these people have set other people on fire. They burned children. They shot people who were getting food from food trucks. They raided their houses in Gaza and played around with lingerie and said that they are irredeemable little demons. And I don't have any sympathy for these fucks when I see Tel Aviv getting blown up. I'm like, that's your comeuppance. You went to war with Iran. You stayed in Israel after what they did to Gaza. You're all guilty.
Yeah, it's like watching Laura Loomer go, oh my God, Candace Owens is saying Israel did 9/11. And you're like, do you
Okay,
really?
she's not wrong about everything.
It's like, but like, what if, let's just take that as an honest statement from her.
Laura Loomer got double plastic surgery in her 20s and is still ugly. She looks like Letitia got hit with stung by a bunch of bees and fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch.
Did you guys hear that she got kicked out of college because she started an ISIS student group in her college?
ISIS?
Yeah, she's been doing this forever. She has always been.
What do you mean ISIS student group? Like, what does that mean?
Look it up real quick. Laura Loomer, ISIS student group college. And it will come up. She, because this is the astroturfing. Like, so I believe.
Like the fact that she's met Trump, like she's in that circle when she was just kind of the laughing stock of the alt-right, just the sort of plastic surgery whore that sucks everyone's dicks. And that's what she was known for. And then handcuffing herself to the building in New York because she got suspended on Twitter or something.
Well, this says
I was like, bitch, please. I'm the OG blanket canceled. Like, I got canceled on everything.
You got really canceled.
Well, this says that, okay, a Barry University honors student is at the center of an undercover video that showed her trying to convince officials into allowing a pro-ISIS campus club. Senior Laura Loomer partnered with Project Veritas and James O'Keefe for the video, in which Loomer told instructors. So this suggests she was like behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but she still got kicked out for it.
Yeah, I don't have that much here, but it says
why would you want a pro-ISIS anything? Although they normalized them. Giuliani was shaking hands with Trump in the White House. It's embarrassing. It's like
that's it.
Trump went from you don't even know who these guys are, don't finance, like he was fine the first 4 years. Now he's shaking hands with Giuliani, and Netanyahu says jump, Trump says off of what?
It's like when Hogan went straight NWO, literally.
Yeah,
right?
Dyeing his beard.
Right? Yeah. And you're like, dude, what Trump came out with a dyed beard? And you're just like, damn. But what do you, I mean, I don't know if you answered it, but do you think Israel survives this? And do you think the relationship between the American people and Israel is dead? They can pass as many laws as they want. Yeah. But like you see people getting, losing their campaign. Jasmine Crockett's out. Dan Crenshaw, he's replaced with another Zionist. But that's just the primary. If the guy he's running against is anti-Zionist, I think that guy could beat him, which really sucks because that means
Donnie won. Israel's name is mud. Scott Horton was private discussion. We were talking about it, like their name. They can never redeem themselves after what they did to Gaza in front of the world, and everyone knows they dragged us into war with Iran. Like, this is the plan. Everybody, with IQ above room temperature understands this. So it's not just like mad college kids the way the media tries to paint it. It's anybody with a shred of empathy, with a any inkling of intelligence can see these people are just demonic psychopaths that think God's a real estate agent and they want ethnic cleansing and land annexation. They're total holy roller, Bronze Age morality, weirdo, end timers, Zionist freaks. And they can't recover. And depending on how this war goes, and it's not going well for them right now, they really bit off more than they can chew. I think it's the beginning of the end. I think Israel it's still going to exist after this war, but it'll never be the same. It will not have the power it had before. The reign of Zionist global power is done. And I can tell you this, even with this war, and I think it's only about halfway done. I think we've got about 5 or 6 days left minimal. The threat of like American invincibility and air power and sea power, it's already destroyed. That Iran can last this long and inflict all this damage on these Gulf countries and Israel and hit them at will shows, okay, these defense shields, people are not going to buy these. All your gear, they're not performing very well. You're not going to sell any more F-15s. You're going to have problems, Lockheed and the rest of you. And when they run really low on ammo, and America could have been making drones, but it's like you said, the MIC, like, no, which one costs the most? All right, well, a bunch of those. They're going to run out. They're going to lose. They're going to lose a lot of face. And that it's kind of like the bully that gets beat up. It's hard to bully people after that. They're going to lose a ton of leverage, but Israel's going to lose the most. Besides Bahrain, Bahrain might have a full-on revolution. They're going nuts right now, and good for them, because the little monarch's family that rules over that fiefdom is irredeemable little hedonistic shitholes themselves. So good riddance. So other than that, they're out. But the Israelis, they're not going to be able to throw their weight around if America loses this war, because America is their weight. That's all they had going. And these little Gulf kingdoms that were, joining the Abrams Accord and kissing up to American power, they might want to rethink that. They might want to look towards China or some other direction, because American power is slipping before our eyes. Like the reign is over. And if they lose the war, and they're going to, I don't know what a victory looks like. You tried getting rid of the Ayatollah, that didn't work. So what's the plan? Just going to bomb them until they quit? No, you're gonna run out, and they're not, and they're going to keep hitting you, and you're going to have to offer them something huge to get them to stop, which is going to be removing your footprint from the Middle East and sanction relief. But what if they demand more? What if they say, get rid of the settlements, recognize Palestine? Like, this could happen. This is what I want to happen. And it didn't seem possible until about 3 days ago, when you saw how sloppy they were at this war. Like they have the gear, they have superior numbers, more money, better everything. But the way they went about it, they abandoned their allies in the Gulf to put all the defensive systems to protect Israel. And then the Gulf just got destroyed. And they look like, hey, you're supposed to protect us. That's why you have a base here.
Yeah, Saudi's been crying about that.
Oh, yeah, they're crying about it. I'm like, what do you think was going to happen? Israel's the only real one they care about. They're just using you. Duh. It's just like the Kurds that they're going to send into Iran. You're cannon fodder. They don't give a flying rat's ass about Kurds.
Oh, the Kurds have been sent in over
Syria,
and
they're going to use you in Iran.
Okay, so my question is, does Israel lose its power when basically the Bank of England is behind it and they control the money supply? Can't they just take time to regenerate all their money, then go right back to AIPAC and all that stuff to reestablish their footing?
They're not going to have no power. Their power is going to be reduced. That's why I say it's the beginning of the end. It's not the end. Like this is where they start to descend. Right? They're still going to own media. They're still going to have their little billionaire clique. They'll run the U.S. government. All that's going to stay the same. But their ability to project that outside onto others has slipped. And you could see them having to make some concessions. So this is it for them, and they know it. They knew this was do or die, and they picked they bit off more than they could chew. Iran is able to inflict heavy casualties on them, and all they have to do is survive, and that's when. And the U.S. is going to deplete its ammo, so they're not going to have strength to project power, like, say, in Taiwan or anywhere else around the world. They're slipping. You can go pick on Greenland or something, or Cuba, but Their days of bullying the Middle East are over, and they're going to lose control. Like, they had such leverage over about 26% of all oil and gas on Earth. Not anymore. They're going to have real market competition, and they're going to have to deal with competitors like the Chinese and going forward. And these Gulf kingdoms, it's unclear what they're going to do, but it's pretty clear that before there wasn't going to be a change, and now that's possible.
Does that bring any change at home? Do we see, with all this obvious corruption happening? I mean, I don't trust voting as far as I can kick it. I think it's controlled left and right. But is there a groundswell, grassroots movement to kick out a lot of the corruption and get back to sensible, common sense politics?
Back to?
We're pretty far from common sense because the public is stupid, but I agree with you. Like, both parties are trash. However, Trump has just committed midterm suicide. Democrats are going to take over, and Trump could get impeached, which is like still a W. Like, at least one of the bad teams will get some consequences. But then we're just going to have warmongers plus gay.
Yeah, that is it. Gay, fat, feminist, and trans. I mean, I think people are over that as well.
Biden gave us the Ukraine war. Yeah. Biden let the genocide in Gaza happen. He actually gave weapons and ammo to help Israel do it. It's not like the Democrats are the opposite or something. They're just as bad, but gayer.
What about Netanyahu?
You're not going to win there.
What about Netanyahu? Does he live? Where does he end up after all of this?
You think they'd kill him?
Certainly. Yeah.
Well, they could prosecute him for his ongoing corruption charges.
Yeah.
But
where do you think he ends up, though? Like, because he doesn't survive. If this war fails, he doesn't remain in power. Surely.
I think they'll prosecute him, and one of the other little rats will take over. But he could end up in jail. Yeah.
Does he get?
That's why he's like he might be willing just to save his own ass to use a nuclear weapon.
Well, there was rumor that that's what they told us, that compelled us to act along with them, right? That they were considering.
That sounds like some John Kiriakou bullshit.
What do you think the Samson option and all that?
They don't have a Samson option. That's Cy Hirsch.
What is that exactly? What does that
That's
mean?
That if they got their backs to the wall, they'll just annihilate America or like all of like the world.
Oh, they'll use the nuke.
America.
Yeah.
They don't have a delivery system to even reach America. They could nuke Europe, and Europe will nuke them back. It's after the story of the Bible where Samson pulls down the pillars on himself, but he also crushes the Philistines. So it's like, you're going down with this type of thing. No, we're not going down with you. You're going down alone. And the other thing is, like, it's kind of like if you make God bleed, people stop fearing him. The moment Israel goes to one knee, their neighbors are going to collapse in on them.
So is there a chance that Israel doesn't survive?
There's a chance. America's not going to let that happen. America, as crazy as it is, Trump would send in ground forces before he let Israel fall.
Yeah.
Then it's just chaos.
That is insane. Like, think of this. He said, part of the reason the Strait of Hormuz is closed is not because there's a physical blockade that won't let anything in or out. It's just enough of a blockade that the insurance premiums are over 75%, so nobody's going to send their goods. They're just going to hold on to them till the war ends because the risk is too high. So Trump said, we'll pay for the insurance premiums. Oh, really? Oh, with what? Americans who have no health care? Is that who's going to pay for it?
It's just so insane, dude. Now, my question to you, we're not going to keep it much longer, is Trump in charge? Is it his son-in-law? A lot of people think he's calling the shots. Do you think their Project New Palestine goes forward after this with all the real estate?
I think it's Howard Lutnick calling the shots, just like it was Anthony Blinken before. It's always a little in the shadows calling the shots. And, Trump, he's a frat boy that never grew up. He doesn't make decisions. He's whoever he last talked to, but Lutnick's always in his ear, Epstein's neighbor, who took children to a sex offender island and then lied about it. 'Cause he thought, dude, he's getting subpoenaed, by the way. Did you see Bill Clinton? His hands shaking like he was Michael J. Fox.
Yes. So creepy.
Did you see him staring lovingly at the old pictures of back in the day?
Boy, that was
Right.
Boy,
He's like, look at her. And the lawyer took him away. He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, let me see that again. Man, we were kings. We didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and then frazzle drip. They talked about that. That's crazy, dude. I love that Anthony Weiner just keeps going, I might run again. Everyone's like, don't. Nobody needs you here. I would
do it. It's entertaining.
I wouldn't get physical with him, but I would say you're a piece of shit if I saw him. Like, you are a disgusting piece of shit. We all know what you did. And you can walk amongst us because the system's so corrupt that someone like you isn't in jail. But we all know you're a piece of fucking shit. You know? And we all fucking know that. And
it's both parties. Like, the majority of the Epstein list is actually Democrats, but not all. Well, most of it is. They're all debaucherous, disgusting perverts. And I think that's a byproduct of the rot in our society and culture in general. Like, I don't think Epstein caused that. I think it's the other way around. I think the rot caused Epstein and people like that, like Peter Nygard, Robert Miller, and so on. All these billionaire pedophiles could operate and act like that because they needed a system that looks the other way when they do it.
It's kind of crazy, right?
Our morality's gone. It's just...
and like how he says, it's just Democrats. Trump was a Democrat before. When he first met Jeffrey Epstein, he was a Democrat.
He was a Democrat when he was hanging out with them.
Now he's a Republican. You're like, but when he first met Trump, he was definitely a Democrat. I mean, when he first met Epstein, he was definitely a Democrat. Yeah, I think he still might even somehow be it. He just kind of knew that he'd win there.
If that's true, then he's excited about them winning.
He's just kind of a Democrat that LARPs about illegal immigration but doesn't really do anything.
He would have joined whatever party would have gotten him elected, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, I think maybe the first 4 years, something could have gone on. And then when he just got, I mean, if you believe the lawfare was real, you know, maybe he's just like, F you guys. I'm just going to make as much money as I possibly can, get the f out.
Yeah, he's owned.
I mean, why even run again? You know, they have that on him. And where's the investigation into 2020? You said that was stolen. I kind of agree that it was. Look into it. No, he's not interested.
None of them are. They don't, because if they go after the other side, then they'll come after you when they're in power. So they play this game. It's like mutual destruction.
Or his assassination. He never really looked into it.
Yeah, just everything moves on. It's just all disgusting, dude.
It's theater, man. They he's completely compromised. They even said, "Did the Israelis force your hand?" He goes, "No, maybe I forced their hand."
Yeah,
dude. No,
so funny.
Yeah, I mean,
can you blink twice if they're holding you hostage? Like, what is it, man? Do you got ticks on your nuts right now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, and we're only like halfway through year 2. I mean, we're not even halfway.
What could it be? Are you fucking an animal or something? Like, even, I don't know.
I think it's his family. You mentioned his family before. It must be. It must be.
I've said that. Well, yeah, I mean, his daughter's married to a Kushner, so
yeah,
play on her. Thing is, even if, pictures of porn, whatever, with AI, anyone can create that anyway. So it's not that. Like, there's got to be something really dark. Did you have those kids murdered? Like, what the f did you do? What did you do? What'd you do? Because they got him over a barrel, and it's like they want you to know. Like, he's grabbing his ankles for Israel so hard. He's spreading his cheeks, you know, wider than Monica Lewinsky's twat. It's just like, yeah, he'll take one. Yes, sir. Can I have another? Like, they tell him everything. He does it. He went to war with Iran. He made fun of Obama for that. He's like, you're going to go to war with Iran. Trump went to war with Iran. And he didn't have to. Like, Israel started it. So, like, Marco Rubio said it. Oh, well, Israel did it. So we had to join. Well, you didn't have to.
And then later on, he's like, I never said that. You're like, here's the video.
Yeah, you're on tape, little Ruby. Narco
big
Rubio.
Sickness of this society we live in is that lying is acceptable. And there's no consequences for it. You know, when Biden got caught plagiarizing speeches,
Yeah.
He ran out of the presidential election. That doesn't happen anymore.
That was a big deal. Think about how far we've come. If that happened today, it wouldn't even make the news.
He
now.
would just be like, I didn't say that, and move on. Everyone would be like, my team, my team, my team.
Yeah. Well, Melania was like complaining about Michelle Obama makes a speech and everyone loves it. I make the exact same speech and everyone got mad.
Literally. So funny.
Ryan, good to have you back, buddy. It was great. Great conversation as always. One more time.
Remember when Lewinsky was the scandal?
Yeah.
It just seems like so leave it to Beaver now compared to what's going on.
Yeah, we were so naive.
But again, that's Israel. I mean, like, I think people are now, I don't know what Twitter is. Twitter seems to be a lot of things, some of it good, some of it bad. But I do believe, man, Twitter has opened up the discussion. Yes, there's a lot of bots on there. And like, dude, don't be afraid to block people, especially some guy who's someone who's like got a picture of a dog and he's like, Johnny Bing Bing Bong 4259697. Block that dude. Block him. Block him.
Mute him, even better.
I don't know what it is, but Twitter opened up Instagram more. Twitter opened up YouTube more.
Yep.
And yeah, we Ryan's probably like this as well. These tombstone algorithms, like, we don't forget you, motherfucker, caused all this. But
well, do you know what opened Twitter up more was Telegram?
Oh, really?
A lot of the information that's on Twitter about this war is coming from Telegram.
Our Telegram's out of control
because that's where all the
just
people like me,
angry people,
got pushed to Telegram. Where I'm banned on Discord, banned on Instagram, banned on YouTube, banned on Facebook, So I end up on Telegram. And it kind of serendipitously made an area where journalists and like hardcore fans hung out without all the BS. It's like Twitter, you can post on there, but there's also a lot of just slop on Twitter, but there's a far larger audience, so you got to do it. But if you want to get news quickly without all the slop, you go to Telegram. And that's where it is. And I would argue prior to Larry Ellison that TikTok had a big impact because people were getting on there and talking about Palestine and other things that you could never say on the other platforms. Remember how dark it was when Parler, right? They got banned from the app stores, Google and Apple, then Amazon took their servers away. They did not want any media competition. Yeah. Well, you can't do that to Elon Musk. He's just far too wealthy to mess with on that level. But they tried an advertiser strike. They tried all these things to censor Twitter. And so it wasn't easy. But he did bring people like myself back. I was blanket banned until 2023. And now I think I have like 314 or 15,000. Not bad in 2.5 years. But because there were suspensions in between, but like at least have a place on a semi-mainstream platform to talk about these things on, which is Twitter. And free speech is all we ever needed. That was the medicine. Like if you can break the media monopoly, that's all we ever needed to take Israel down, the corruption in Ukraine, like all over the place. They could only win because they could lie. And as soon as the other side's allowed to talk, we win. If you give us an even playing field at all, we win. And I wish AI was still like that. There was like a day where Grok was truthful, and they quickly ran to fix it. But it was like July 28th or something. Like Grok, you can ask it real questions. It tells you real answers. Well, they put an end to that. I'm worried about the future of AI. I think it's just getting more and more perverted, and I'm worried about them getting rid of cash. Because if you have a digital society, they just like Minority Report, just click off your card and you can't buy and sell. Like this is the last generation that can turn this ship around, and if we fail, it's just going to be impossible to resist in the future. And it's really like this month, this day, like Iran needs to win this war. Like this is. For the future of civilization is on Iran's is in their hands right now.
It's so crazy that you're like, I hope Iran wins because I don't want any servicemen of America to get harmed. I don't think poor people, middle class people should lose.
They're not
kids.
Inflicting a lot of casualties. They're going to win by, they can kill Israelis all day, but they're mostly destroying a lot of stuff, and we're going to run out of ammo. So they can win in the weirdest way, not by
gotta
wiping
get
out
rid of the
personnel.
psychopaths, dude. We
Dude,
gotta get
like,
rid
I'm
of
not
these
a-
guys.
I don't want to live in Iran or anything like that, but like we attack them, okay?
Yeah.
And it's not in American interest at all.
Yeah.
America needs to leave this war. If Israel wants to fight, let them fight. But we don't need to be fighting Iran. We didn't need to go into Iraq or Libya either. And we wasted trillions of dollars and we killed millions of people for nothing. There were no WMDs. There wasn't even a real reason for Libya. They just sort of did it. They sponsored Al-Qaeda in Syria, and like it's all for Israel. That's what Israel wants. And it's time for that relationship to end. We don't get anything other than more demands from them.
Yeah.
Imagine if we just told them to f off and we just bought gas and oil from Iraq and Iran. How much higher the standard of living would be. Not only did we not spend $8 trillion on wars, so we had all that money back, but we had trade relationships, and gas was, instead of $84 a barrel like it is now, maybe $34 a barrel. Like the quality of life would be like East Asia instead of Chicago.
You're completely right, dude. I hope people wake up. We're trying. Buddy, great episode. Ryan, thanks for coming on. We always love talking to you. Thanks for getting up late and doing it for us. We appreciate you. I like the dark look behind you. Dark mode, Ryan, is fun. We appreciate you, man. Look forward to the next conversation. Open door anytime, buddy. Let's break
Thanks
down.
for having me back. It's been a while, and you guys take care. And we're all in this. I'm gonna get some sleep and have another interview in 2 hours. So,
all right, get some nappy, buddy. You deserve it. You're doing the Lord's work. All right, guys, let's break down the episode.
Thanks so much.
All right, what'd you guys think of Ray from Tokyo, China?
We can say his
Ryan
name now.
Dawson. It's a joke, running joke. That's how far we've come. We were just talking about Piers Morgan. It's now a lot easier to watch now that he's open-minded to everything that's actually happening.
Yes, and the ultimate version of the fringe or what?
What did Ryan Dawson call the conspiracy theorists he didn't like? What did he call them? Shuckers. What did he call them?
I don't remember.
You remember at the beginning?
Yeah.
He called Alex Jones that.
Yeah, and I was like, well, we like them here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Dawson is great. He's an encyclopedia of intelligence. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't necessarily agree with the Tyler Robinson part. And, I don't think I think he's a patsy. I'm not saying he didn't take a shot, but I don't think he was a kill shot. But you go, well, Sam, why didn't you say anything? Well, because I feel that that's not the show. The show is to allow Ryan Dawson or whoever the guest is to give their point across. It's not Piers Morgan where everyone yells at each other.
And that would have been all we talked about. The rest of the show.
So, I mean, I like Ryan Dawson. I agree with a lot of stuff he says. I don't agree with some of the stuff he says. And that's pretty much everybody in my life. My girlfriend, my mother, my kids, whatever, dude. It's like...
That's okay, dude. There are people, people, Sam, all the time. Sure, you mentioned them on your Facebook, where if you disagree with them on something, that becomes their life mission to only talk to you about that every time they see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's okay. We don't agree. Fine.
We don't agree.
I mean? Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's a big part of Twitter right now. I just block people to say, obviously, insane stuff to me.
Well, there are those people that the only time they pop into your feed, it's just something you don't want to hear about. It's negative, bitching at you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So I think he's great. That's a lot of crazy stuff about the war.
He didn't scare you guys. He said a couple things. He said he wants Iran to win, which I understand what he means by that.
That is that I want people not to take some of the laughs at some of the moments as disrespectful to people who have joined the military to protect their country, who've been sent into a banker's war. I love being American, okay? I love my country. Show me a country, I'll show you a country with a shady past. So I know that we're a great country. I love my country, but I also know that in the last 20 years, we've done incredible damage to the rest of the world. And to sit there, so that when he brings up those things that make me laugh, it's the absurdity of the situation.
It's disbelief.
Yeah, it's disbelief. It's not, I'm happy people Americans are dying. I'm anti-war. I've been anti-war since I was a little kid. I never liked war. I don't think war is ever a good idea. And there should only be war when you're defending yourself. Not, glad he changed from Department of Defense to Department of War, because that's what it's become. Just attacking people for bankers.
Yeah, not sure he did it for that reason. I think he just thought it sounded more badass. But yeah, you're right. It's better.
Yeah, and there's a lot of interesting talk. I mean, I didn't think Trump was a part of all that pedo stuff until Whitney Webb started talking to, victims, and they said Trump was right there doing it.
But even if he wasn't doing it, I'm with Ryan. He knew about it. Yeah. And it's that point where if you kind of know about crazy shit like that.
Guess what? Even if he didn't do any of that shit, he's now officially a war criminal and a murderer. So there you go.
Yeah.
Johnny, it gets like that video I sent you, that black guy knocking out that old dude, and you said he didn't go to jail at all.
No, he got probation. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to me?
Yeah, he's out on probation.
Like, this is where we are, a society where words are more dangerous than violence. And it's just not a problem.
If you don't know, it's a video of a young black man who was working at Dunkin' Donuts.
Well spoken.
Yes.
Working his ass off.
Yeah, working
Gets
at
called
Dunkin'.
the M word by a 77-year-old guy with mental illness.
Regular customer. Yeah, old guy who was like decrepit apparently, and he comes in and one punch KO and kills the guy.
Yeah,
he killed him.
Yep, guy's dead.
I watched the video. I didn't know he killed him because the cops go up and the black guy admits it. He's like, "Yeah, I told him not to do it. He said it, and I dinged him." I didn't know but that's kind of like what not the same thing. But I'll go buy groceries, and then you'll see people steal, and you're like, "Why the won't I steal if they're not getting in trouble?" It's like the demonization. We're now I'm
not getting in trouble. Is not getting in trouble is not the best reason not to do something. Yeah, I mean,
I know. But you know
now that guy has to live with that for the rest of his life. And now anything else he does just gets compounded. It may not be jail time, but it will be there. And this is again what I don't want to talk about that much because it's not nothing that Ryan talked about. But it's like you're telling people that sight unseen, if you hear this word, violence sight unseen, and you're getting them in bad positions legally. And you go, "Oh, I got off probation." Dude, that guy's life from here, it's going to be impossible to get a job now. Hey, why are you on probation? I punched a guy and he died. Okay, thank you. We don't need you here at Taco Bell. Right?
He did say the N-word first, though. You're hired. You're the manager.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Anyways, you go to samtripoli.com. Check out my dates. I'm going to be in Bakersfield tonight, Yuma, Comedy Chaos at the Comedy Store, Batavia, Toronto. Also, all the other dates are there, but the date that's not on there that I want to tell you guys about is May 22nd. I am going to be shooting my special with the Gas Digital people. It's in Austin at the Creek in the Cave. I will let you know about that. And then, of course, the Contender series you heard about earlier in the day. We're starting a whole league of debaters. It's going to be huge. The people working on this are so brilliant, and it's going to be insane. And then finally, go check out our YouTube channel. YouTube.com Tripoli official. Was it YouTube?
YouTube, yeah. Tinfoil Hat official.
Tinfoil Hat official.
Upside down Sam Tripoli logo.
Yeah, and then go down. New dates are up. Look how hot that chick is, dude.
Who is that?
That is one of these athletes' wives. Ooh. It's just a level of like symmetrical. Go down. All my premium content there. I'm telling you, it's the best in the business. The best premium content in the business. Check it out. If you love conspiracies, even though the Ryan Dawson episode is kind of current events, most of our shows on Tinfoil Hat are evergreen, meaning you could listen to it 2 years from now and still enjoy it. The premium content is more current events. So if you're looking for my take on this and that, it's really good stuff. Go all the way down. Cash Daddies, Johnny.
How it's been, the economy has been, not doing great over the past couple of weeks, but Howie has found a way to still profit. He knew that oil was going to go up, and he did well on that. He knew that the stock market was about to go down, and they profited on that. The people over there are very happy right now.
We're very excited about that. Go back, keep going. Cast Twins coming out. I'll tell you more when that comes out. Gold and silver, Wise Wolf. Gold and silver. Get into it. The Mineral King with Pat Meltich. I'll cure hydrogen brown gas. Harley Ray, we love you guys. Candles and crystals. My favorite, Chemical Free Body. Taking that every day makes me feel like $1 million. Tim James is crushing it. EMF rocks. Oh, Joel Staley working out. EMF rocks. Tinfoil hat. If Faraday bags, I pitch in my $1 billion idea. He's thinking about it. Prometheus for decentralized websites. Brain Supreme on or off? On, dude. Asking the good questions. Anything else?
Hit that like button, subscribe. Go check out my podcast. If you want to go down the cartel rabbit hole, I won't go down that in English.
Johnny.
New Broken Sim out there. By the time you hear this, we will be, talking about all the world's gone to shit, so we'll talk about it.
It's not gone to shit. It's just gotten more obvious.
Well, it's gone to shit if you live in Iran, certainly. But,
yeah. I mean, dude, going back to Ryan Dawson, it's super interesting. I mean, Iran's been waiting this forever. And, all of these Republicans who were Democrats before talking about you don't want to go to Iran, you don't want to go to war with Iran. It's going to be a whole different animal, and they're totally finding out right now.
Did you see that website that got kind of big where it was draftbaron.com and it got kind of big where it was all over the thing? They're like, well, if we want the brightest and the best, why not send up your
Listen, I like Barron Trump, but that's 100% true. All of these...
He would die so fast. He's
he's such a... You're sending a Nephilim to get shot at.
I tell you, my great-great-grandfather, when he was at Gettysburg, he said the only reason he survived because of how short he was. They all shot over his head. And that Barron, he'd go right away. They'd all be shooting at him like, look at that tall son of a bitch.
You just got to shoot here and you're going to eventually get up there.
You'll hit something, yeah.
But again, we're seeing pictures of all these servicemen that have died in this skirmish. And it's why these Israelis are hanging out in bunkers. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. And what do you think of the footage that our Department of War puts out where it's like bragging kind of about like blowing people, you see these drones like, oh, they got this column of Iranian military and you just watch people's legs go exploding. I hate that stuff. Yeah. And that's from our government releasing that.
Yeah.
Remember when they would try to hide it? Remember when they tried to hide it like during like the 60s and shit like that?
Even in the 90s, yeah, like with Iraq, they were hiding it and then a bunch of it got released all at once. And then it happened back with Vietnam, like when we first started seeing dead troops, and we'd never seen that before, especially not in living color on TV. It was shocking, and now that stuff has become so commonplace. We've become so desensitized to violence.
Are you guys on the whole? They're going to run out of defense missiles in 3 to 4, 5 days.
They've been talking about that.
Yeah, I don't have.
There's what's his name? Scott Preston. Is that his name? The guy who's like former military. He's like Israel's already out of weapons.
Well, because they wasted a lot on Gaza.
How dumb are they?
Think about it. They bombed a lot of their shit was used on Gaza.
But it like makes me sad and scared that he's like they'll just send troops in.
That's what I fear was the Israeli plan all along, because they knew that escalation you couldn't complete this without escalation, and they when we got American boots on the ground over there, then we're stuck.
They're just psychopaths, dude. We'll just kill a bunch of Americans. Well, they got Laura Loomer. Americans' life lost, such a tragedy. It's like, you bitch, you go fight. You go fight. That's why I say, Lindsey Graham, you go fight. Round up all these Zionist neocon scumbags and send them over there to fight. We go through you, we see you sacrifice, we'll think about it. We don't need our kids to die. We don't need poor and middle-class children dying so rich fat cats can line their pockets. It's going to be interesting, man. It's like, I get that the American empire's dying, but is it just going to be like third world here?
I want to ask you something. Okay, one inconsistency in what he said. He said at first that, because I asked if Iran made a mistake in attacking the other countries around them. And he said, no, it's only American targets. And then at the end, remember he said that like Saudi and those places have been attacked. Do you remember that? I wonder, what do you think? Do you think they really are attacking the non-U.S. assets in the regions around it? Because Trump came out and said like, hey, Qatar and these other UAE and all these other countries didn't want to participate in this. They were happy with us to do it, but now they are kind of actively interested in fighting Iran. They view Iran as this kind of mad dog in the region, and that needs to be put down.
Or they're just getting a call. I'm telling you, man.
It's
about the centralized bank. They fucking run everything, and they control the money, and they're like, "You're going in on this." I'm telling you, it's like the Civil War. The British were in Canada. France was in Mexico, and they were ready to come in on the side of the South. And then Russia came in and said, "Go f yourself." That's why they get into it. You know,
the French would have gone in, but the British told them not to. The British didn't want to, I don't think, but the French, Napoleon III wanted to, and he said, "You got to get the British on board, or we won't." And probably because of what you said, probably because of Russia was not to get. They'd have to be together to offset that.
Yeah, and you know, you get into this, it's like, you know, the United States abandoned those countries by pulling out all their defenses out of there. But it's just like, why are we defending all these countries that keep raising the price of gas on us?
Well, you know, Tucker had an interesting take on this too. He said that these countries, because Switzerland is no longer neutral, because they kind of took sides with Ukraine, diplomacy is now going through these Middle Eastern countries like Qatar and the Emirates. And I thought that was kind of fascinating that countries that are on opposite sides of international conflicts now view them as more reliable moderators, you know, like intermediates between the countries than Switzerland now, and then these other countries.
Well, Johnny, what about the fact that Israel just got busted trying to blow up a Saudi Arabian refinery? And they busted them, which is the exact same thing that they did with the USS Liberty.
Yeah, false flag.
And blame it on Iran. It's like, nice try.
I'll let it out. You can
nice try, guys. Nice try.
Nice try, the devil.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Enjoy these highlights.
Or don't. Here's a clip from the latest Broken Sim. Shia LaBeouf, the man you've met and are great friends with.
I actually really like Shia. I actually do. I know you think I'm crazy, but the dude...
No.
Johnny, why do you think I'm so crazy? I mean, I really don't like that about you. Okay.
So the first thing, he's living it up in New Orleans, I guess. The first thing we saw was this. It came over from TMZ, and it was him apparently getting kind of stomped out. I'm not going to play the audio, but it's just, and he's just like a madman on the ground, and this guy is just over him, kind of, you know, trying to control him. He's shirtless, and you can tell he's had a long night. This guy is telling him, like, just stay down, man, just chill. You know, he's like a Tasmanian
of course,
devil.
the most annoying guys there yelling at him to stay down.
Yeah, the guy that looks like me, unfortunately, with the glasses.
Yeah, Johnny, your people are annoying.
And it's funny, you said Shia was a big guy. He looks really small there.
At that time, I was blown away by how much bigger he looked in person.
Look at this guy. He's got lipstick on. This guy in the top right up here.
That's, you know, you're in trouble when the trans are telling you to stay down.
And then, okay, so this was him earlier in the day, this next thing here. And he was just...
What was the promo code for Quince, Johnny?
Broken Sim, I believe.
Broken Sim, dude.
Now, this was him earlier before things went bad. And you can kind of see him getting in a guy's face here. This guy in the red hat. Here, I'll put it. Kind of gives him a little nose to nose, like nose stab, I guess you might say. And you can tell he's just screaming at this guy's face. You don't know what happened now. Like, he could have called him the N-word.
It's so crazy because New Orleans is great, dude. And first of all, never start a fight when your arms are in your shirt. Like, go back to that. Could that be the like another person knocks my friend out? Look at that. Go back to that.
Yeah, hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. You're so right, brother. Like, what is he thinking? What is he thinking, dude?
Your arms are in your shirt.
You might as well just pull your hoodie over your head.
Any other dude. First of all, you headbutt him. And that guy could have clipped your chin right there. Whoever that guy is, Kevin Blatt. Is that my friend Kevin Blatt right there?
Yeah. Anyway, so that was him before. So we kind of see how he got to where he was. And we're just kind of more clips slowly come out of him. Apparently, he just can't hide in New Orleans. Everybody is
Shia
on
LaBeouf, dude.
On the lookout for Shia.
Transformers movie. You
I
robots, dude.
But I mean, he's kind of like the most popular man. He's like the most interesting man in New Orleans. So then this was, I think, the next night. He's just right back out there having a great time with black chicks.
I think this is the chick right here, the black chick that bailed him out.
That's why I was going to, I haven't gotten to that yet. I was going to play that video.
Sorry, Johnny.
So
who jumped you?
Books and cartoons and girls.
I don't know what that sounded, but yeah, anyway, it says right here too. Shia arrested in New Orleans, and this lady, Kamoshka, bonded him out.
Of course. Could there be any other name for a black woman in New Orleans than Kamoshka?
Do you think that's how Kamoshka? Kim it's got to be Kamoshka, right? Kamoshka.
I don't see the name. Where is it?
You can't. Hold on. Let me see what you're looking at. You don't see it in that thing, that post right there.
Oh yeah, at the top. Kamoshka.
Bonded. She said she bonded my boy out and got triple that. He must have paid her back in cash, triple what she bonded him for. Ain't no more free Shia free. Can't nobody make me hate Stanley. Not is that a character or something? I don't know. Is that from? Is that Malcolm in the Middle or something?
Transformers. Oh. Transformers is very important black culture.
Really? They love Transformers, the blacks?
I don't know. I'm just rolling with it.
I loved the cartoon when I was a kid. That cartoon was great. So then we got even more of him now. This was him, I think, after. Is this right? Oh, no. This is just more of him on the street. There was also a video of him after he got bonded out, just running down the street to get away. I mean, he's not hiding. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not like one of these famous guys who's trying to hide.
He looks wrecked, dude. He looks wrecked.
Yes.
The people.
He looks wrecked, dude. Oh my god. So that looks wrecked. He looks. I mean, dude, that looks like Triple after a run, dude. That looks like me after a run.
And what do you think he's up to? Because there's millions of videos of him. There's one of him, like I said, after he got bonded out, running, just sprinting down the side or jogging down the sidewalk.
He's drinking, he's partying, he's boning thick black chicks. I mean, it's a life.
Do you think it's because he didn't have a childhood, so he's kind of living a spring break now?
Well, Johnny, that gets into supposedly his sister, his half-sister, saying they're connected to Epstein and all that dark stuff she brought up.
That sucks, man. That sucks for him. Yeah,
like him and Justin Bieber should go out and just party their asses off just to talk about their trauma as a kid.
And then he went on a guy we like. What's the dude's name who plays the Punisher? You know what I'm talking about. John Bernthal. Yeah. He went on his podcast and then talked about how he could gladly work at like a home. He wants to work at a Home Depot.
I get
Shia
that, dude.
Yeah, he's like, I just want a real job where I don't have to do. He said, I want a job
for 2 weeks. He's like, when's Transformers 5 coming out?
Yeah. He said, I want a job where the poetry of me doesn't matter as well. You know what I mean? Like, where it's not art.
Yeah,
art doesn't matter.
And I already know it's gonna be him and a bunch of emo Mexicans, and no one will know where anything is. So you have to go find the old white guy there. The only guy who knows where everything in Home Depot is the old white guy. You know who doesn't know it?
Yeah.
The Mexican with a Cure shirt on. Okay, the Mexican with a Cure shirt on can't tell you where anything at Home Depot is.
This comment, Johnny glazing Tucker. This is one of the most annoying news.
Glazing him, Johnny. You look
this
like
phrase,
Johnny.
This word.
You look like when you give you suck it off. You do the harmonica up and down for a little bit. That's what you
always take.
People are talking about that in the chat where you go woodpecker, 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 harmonica, harmonica, harmonica.
I'm glad you were there to demonstrate your
woodpecker,
BJ
woodpecker,
technique.
woodpecker, harmonica, harmonica.
Show us on the mic, Sam. Show us on the mic how you do it.
Woodpecker, woodpecker, harmonica, harmonica. No, dude, someone will take that.
This phrase right here, though, anytime you praise somebody, now
Nephilim Death Squad's here, everybody. Nephilim local celebrities.
Oh, are they? I love those.
Yeah, they're in it. We're gonna get them on tinfoil hat.
glazing. This glazing thing, dude. I'm over it. You know what I mean? Anytime,
Johnny, why you glazing, dude?
Like we did 5 minutes on why he's probably controlled opposition. We can't say one nice thing about the guy. He got Mike Huckabee. He wrecked Mike Huckabee.
Dude, he got Mike Huckabee and Johnny's glazing him. Two things can be right at the same time.
I did okay. So God, I talked about this at the end of the last episode. I would love to have Spencer Pratt on tinfoil and you guys to talk. Spencer Pratt went on,
by the way, Spencer Pratt, brown belt in jiu-jitsu.
No shit. He went on Howie Mandel and said some interesting things. It's not playing. Yeah, I had to restart it because of the way.
I know I can because I don't have anything else on my heart to do. What a horrible way I would have to live the rest of my life in just, this is how God wanted my life to go. Just take everything from my family and my friends and my community. Or I could look at it, if God wanted somebody to go after these people, you would burn down Spencer Pratt's house because he was built for this fight.
Yeah, me too. Dude, that really got me on board with that dude.
I've always been on board with him. He's the guy that's got he basically kicked off the Karen Bass as a giant bitch move. Yeah, she's done, dude.
If you'd like to hear the rest of this episode, subscribe to Broken Simulation in your podcasting app or check us out at youtube.com/Sam Tripoli.
True. Man, all I've had is beers today, dog. So fucking gay, dog. So fucking gay. Go get that at the secret menu. Hash full, baby. We got beers. You want a twister or you want beer?
Partí la madre, güey. Partí la madre. I was tired, bro. Huh? I was tired because you're like, boom, 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 like, you know, you're like.
I actually like that one. Dale, puto.
Want some candy?
Up against the wall. Let's get to the bottom of what you really got going over here. Smell like shit. Dope. It's not ours.
Understand.
Dumbass. Now let's see what Tarzan is hiding over here.
I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't got nothing.
Marijuana, cigarettes.
It's for my glaucoma.
Are you serious?
Easy, bro.
I don't even gotta search this, dumbass. Bro. More dope?
Those are vitamins. It's not a stash, I promise.
Really? All this dope? Why do you guys need so much of it? I hope you guys have a really good reason to be this much of a dumbass.
We do. Yeah, we do. We're performing at the Comedy Store main room. And Russell Peters is performing. And Sam Tripoli. Show starts at 8 o'clock.
That's right. Don't forget, guys, go get your tickets right now at thecomedystore.com. We got upgraded to the main room. That's right. Sam Tripoli, Russell Peters, Saul Trujillo, Stevana, Nitty, E-Zone, 3 Plates, motherfucking Tommy. Go get your tickets now. VIP's sold out. The Mitzi booth is gone. Got a couple VIP booths. We're going to chill the fuck out. Tickets are a little bit pricey because every ticket comes with a fucking gift bag. I don't care. It comes with the gift bag. It comes with the hash roll. Well, because Sam gives them for 20 bucks. Lineup. Yeah, exactly. For the lineup. Go get your tickets now. Brought to you by Chiclets and Haydar on your radar. And, oh, yeah, Bakersfield. Bakersfield next weekend. Go get your tickets now. If you're on the Patriot.
Not next weekend. Is it?
Yeah, March 6th. I'm supposed to do fucking.
That's next. Oh, shit.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, my God.
I'm a little nervous. Yeah, shut up. I'm supposed to have new jokes, too.
Holy.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like a month away.
Nah, it's fucking not this weekend, the weekend after next.
Damn.
I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. If you're on the Patreon, I got a guest list, so hit me up, DM me. If you're on the We Don't Smoke the Same Patreon. Doesn't that video make snowboarding look fun as fuck?
It does.
It does. I had such a great time. It was just me and Fer. Just a solo dolo boys trip.
Yeah, it looked like fun.
We fucked up.
Why?
Well, you know how gay that part was when we were like touching each other in the front?
I didn't notice it.
Oh,
you would think I would.
Yeah, I know. Because look at that sticker, right? That's so gay. Shout out to Steph Tone. We just did an episode with him, and he brought these fucking stickers, and they're really amazing.
They're so cool.
Yeah, but fucking he's Fed fucked up.
Why? What did he do?
This is why you need girls.
This is why you need girls?
This is why you need girls.
Or some gay dudes.
So I booked the hotel, and then he hits me saying, "Oh, I found a cheaper one."
No.
I'm like, "Yep."
Even just to get the hotel, you need a girl.
Ah, dude, do you know what happened? If you want to make a quick little wild guess.
Go ahead. Oh, it was dirty?
No.
Tweaker?
No. They're in Big Brother all nice. But I book a hotel. I'm like, yo, this is how much it was.
One bed.
Whoopty whoop. And then he hits me back up. He's like, nah, I found a cheaper one. Cancel that. Do this one. It was a free cancellation fee. So I was like, all right, handle. I cancel it. Why I get there and there's one more fucking bed.
I told you one bed.
I was so
because you guys can sleep in the same bed.
We were so tired. There was carpet on the floor, so I was like, oh man. So I just got wasted. And then the next day they gave us a normal room, but it was that thing where I looked at.
Oh, he booked 2 beds. He booked 2 beds.
Yeah, they fucked up.
Oh,
they made a mistake.
So it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but
doesn't he do like fancy Marriott's or something?
Yeah, his mom works at the Marriott, so we used to get hooked up. But yeah,
I think he would be good at it.
Yeah, but it was a great time. It was fun. It was cool.
It's cold. You guys are supposed to cuddle together anyway.
Fuck you, no. We got a nice little heater. Eating pollo loco. We got wasted, though.
Pollo loco. You eat pollo loco?
That tortilla soup. I'm fucking...
Oh, yeah, it is good. The chicken?
No, it is. And honestly, their tortilla soup is fire. I'm not even fucking around.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I get that when it's cold, and it's only like $2 or something.
Yeah, so it's just a good steal.
Are you trying to get sponsored by Twisted Tea?
Dude, I wouldn't fucking mind a Twisted Tea sponsorship. You're not going to get a Modelo sponsorship.
I mean, you could now, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I
don't know. But my last video did good, that one of me snowboarding where it says...
that one we should have played.
Yeah, I should have played that one. What is it? What did I say?
Taking jobs.
Out here stealing jobs, hobbies, and white girls.
Yeah.
And you saw, I spelled hobbies good this time.
Good job.
I know. I was impressed.
Good job.
Good job on me.
It was really good. I thought it was really cool. It looked like fun. No one got hurt.
No, yeah.
All the avalanche stuff, and like my whole feed was nothing but like avalanches and like people dying in the snow recently and all that stuff. And I was sending it to you, and I was like, "This is my feed. I don't know if you should go."
I'm glad you brought this shit up because
I don't have a clip of it.
Huh?
I don't have any clips of it.
No, but I'm glad you brought this shit up because while I was out there snowboarding, they had chains requirements, like for your tires and shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any fucking chains, but the Raptors got like 4x4 tires and shit. And I'm just like, dude, they're going to send us back. The line's really long. We might as well just go try to get some chains for the fucking truck. Why go to Best Buy? I mean, my bad. Why go to Walmart? Why go to AutoZone? And none of these places have it. My tires are too motherfucking big.
Oh,
by like 2 inches type of shit. So then some lady sends me to a tire shop, and I get to the tire shop, and I'm trying to be all friendly and shit. I'm like, ¿Qué onda, compa? You know, trying to speak Spanish and shit. And this was just mad dogging me type of shit.
Because you have a nice truck?
I guarantee, 100% that's what I think it was.
Yeah.
Because I get there, and he's like, what's up? And I was like, hey, you got chains for this big-ass tires? And then he was like, let me check. And then he goes, looks at my tires, and then he's like, yeah, I do. And I was like, oh, how much, player? Like, good looking out. Fuck yeah, super excited.
$380.
Shut the fuck up.
That's motherfucking 80, dude. Yeah.
For my car.
And I looked at it and I was like, bro, that's not even how much the hotel stayed. Like, you're tripping, right? And I was like, you think I'm gonna really need them? And of course, this motherfucker gonna say, yeah. Why would I ask the guy trying to sell me change if I'm gonna really need change? Of course, he's gonna say, yeah. So I look at Fed, I'm like, let's risk it. Like, fuck it.
They don't require it?
They did, but they didn't.
Because your car's so big.
Yeah, because my truck's so big, but some of the little cars fucking do. They were swerving around. It's pretty crazy. If you're out there, you're trying to go to Big Bear, and you don't got like 4x4, put some tires on. Some cars were just sliding around.
I was off like for 2 days. Well, not really. I was off like at 11 on Saturday, and I thought about hitting you up and just be like, maybe I could just go up there and just hang out in the snow. And then I thought about my car, and I was like, I don't think it'll make it.
Yeah, we almost thought about taking Feds, and that was not a good fucking idea.
That's cool though.
Yeah, and then I'm up there, and then I get fucking text messages saying, "Oh, Sam Tripoli's talking shit on you," and I'm like, "What?"
You recorded again.
Because I record again, and then they're supposed to complain because I'm wearing a hockey jersey.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, when else am I gonna wear a hockey jersey other than when I'm in the fucking
hockey?
Why
That's what Johnny said. Johnny's like, does he even watch hockey?
Do I even watch NBC?
NPC.
Do I even fucking watch Dodger games and I have Dodger hats? I don't know, but
yeah,
if I'm gonna wear ice.
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny.
He doesn't. He's not.
Yeah, he's not gonna
be on his radar.
No, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he was mad that you guys were recording in Samson.
This was just stop. Yeah, no, but the crazy shit though, it's funny because I'm always up there and I end up like getting to the fucking hotel exhausted, trying to shower, and I go through my DMs and it's just a bunch of people telling me like, you're out there snowboarding and Mexico's burning down and Metro got fucking killed, whoop-de-whoop, and I'm just like, let a fool chill. But no, it did seem
chill. No, this is your calling.
It's my calling.
I'm surprised Sam didn't call you and get your whole take on it. Are you gonna have to do like a episode for him? You're the guest.
He literally called. I was talking to him the other day and he's like, so what's going on?
Yeah, because it's hard. I literally wanted to do it if I didn't know you. I was about to text both of you guys, like you and Fed, and just be like, I think you guys need to like come back and explain this.
I mean, not much. I mean, there's not. I mean, it's happened a bunch of times. They just captured the main fucking head. Oh, they killed him.
Well, did he?
Supposedly, it was over something to have to do with his girlfriend. Why do bitches always gotta take down fools? Oh, you don't know that?
No.
Oh shit! I don't really know the main rundown on how it went down. But
to be perfect.
No, but you know, your girlfriend's out there flexing, out there with civilian life because he was out there in the hiding, and I don't know how he got caught, but his shit is crazy right now in Mexico. But I also think it is.
Wait. Explain what happened. Sorry, she was out there flexing.
No, I just think she was out there like in the real world.
Oh.
And she just got they got too comfortable, just like everything else. She just got too comfortable, and they tracked him down.
So his guard was down.
Yeah, his guard was down. Yeah, basically over here. I mean, because you think your girlfriend wants to be in the fucking mansion all fucking day long?
Yeah, I would love that.
All right, anybody with a mansion out there?
I don't know how these bitches get bored and they're just like, I need to go outside too. It's like, no, be not like grateful. Jesus, right? Now he has to die.
Like, dude, you have
Did
so
she
many,
die too?
Like, you got so many rooms to clean.
Right.
You need so many bathrooms to unclog. Like, there's a lot of shit to be done. Why are you bored? You're in a mansion. What more could you want?
Did you look into it though? Do you know, like, does it? We were texting about it a little bit, but is any of it tied to that, like the timing of that Texas stuff? I know it's not near there, the El Paso, but isn't that kind of weird?
It is weird. It is a weird coincidence.
And no one's like saying anything, but I'm like, how did they shut it down saying like there's a drone, a cartel drone, and then all of a sudden he's dead, but America's not tied?
Because there's a bunch of conspiracies.
Yeah.
One of the conspiracies, supposedly America's in on it.
That's what
America captured them.
False, right?
Huh?
Go ahead.
I don't think America captured them, but if they did, what a coincidence. Like, look over here. Stop looking at the fucking Epstein Files, and we captured a main drug lord over here in Mexico. It's like they wait for these moments. It's like Sam says, like they always wait for these moments to like, oh, when we fuck up, we'll just look over here type of shit. So, I mean, that could be a 100% a possibility.
What's a mini mansion?
A mini mansion?
This fool said he has Chili, come through. I got a mini mansion.
It's
a 2-story house.
Are you good with staying in a house?
No. I just got
How big of a mansion does this have to be, Chili?
It has to have 5 rooms and 3 bathrooms.
5 rooms, 3 bathrooms.
Right?
That's a really big house. That's a really big house. That's an IE house. Anybody living in the IE?
My sister. I'm literally.
Anybody living in the IE? I guess so. Dude.
I live in a studio apartment here. How about a 1-bedroom? Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean
You have a garage?
A garage, please.
Please, she doesn't want to fucking park her car outside.
But he died. So didn't they say something like? I just watched like a bunch of like little videos on it. But didn't they say that he faked his death before or something? And then
he's been captured before. He honestly is a. I'm not gonna say a badass, but he's a motherfucker.
That's what I saw. That he's like crazy.
He's a motherfucker.
And he's like low key about it.
Yeah, he's a motherfucker, and like everyone else, just like he's those type of guys that are like you don't really get a lot of pictures of him.
Yeah.
Like once you're that big, you kind of just hide the fuck out, and he has a whole like the whole Jalisco territory is basically his. The Chapo Guzman, like once the Chapo kind of fell down, he took over. Like play that video that I pulled up of him talking, the way he talks to cops.
Oh yeah, so
bro, he literally talks to cops like this on the daily. He literally ran that city. So I don't understand who or how they caught him. I mean, I obviously understand how they caught him. They fucking murdered him.
They murdered him.
They killed him. But what I'm trying to say is I don't understand why they would if it looks like all the cops were bought.
Yeah.
Like if you watch this video, he literally calling that fool a pussy. Yeah.
Delta 1. Hey, ¿quién habla? Mira bien, hijo de tu puta madre. Soy Mencho, güey. Relaja tu puta gente a la verga. Soy Mencho, güey. Relaja tus putas partidas. Si no te voy a partir tu madre, tienes toda tu bola de perros. Te tengo identificado 30 güeyes. Hasta tus putos perros te voy a matar si no te relajas, güey. ¿Cómo ves?
Ya está, señor. Ahorita les va.
Oh, no cuelgues, hijo de la verga. Te tengo ubicado en Checala, güey.
No le estoy colgando, le estoy diciendo. Ahorita les va.
Póngase de las pilas, güey. Ese le puedes hacer amigo, cabrón. ¿Uno no se mete con ustedes para que se pasen de verga?
No, señor. Ahorita yo se las va.
Pongan, mire, revíremeles a todos los hijos de su puta madre, porque todos agarran y son buenos de puercos.
Sí, es lo que me están diciendo.
¿Se me ponen al tiro o tú eres el primero que vas a marchar por ellos, León?
Deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Tinfoil hack.